Hi, are you ready for tonight's story? Well, tonight we're going to read this book called Lost, and it's by David McPhail. Are you ready? Before we actually start reading the words in the story, I want us to look at some pictures first. You see that there is a truck, and it's broken down in a forest. The city is way over there, and there's a bear peeking from behind a tree. And while the man changes the tire in the truck, the bear sneaks in the back. Lost. I was walking down the street when I hear someone crying. He looks lost and afraid. The tall buildings scare him, and he's never seen so many people. It's a bear. Don't worry, I tell him. The buildings won't hurt you, and most of the people are friendly. How did you get here? I ask. I climbed in to have a nap, he explains, and when I woke up, I was lost. I will help you. Tell me where you live. There are trees where I live, he tells me. So we find some trees. More trees, he said, and water. I take him to a place where there are more trees and water too. No, he says, this is not it either. I have an idea. Follow me, I say. I take him to a tall building. We go inside, get on the elevator, and ride all the way to the top. That's one of my favorite pictures because everybody's so busy they don't notice there's a bear on the elevator. From up here we can see the whole city. Look, I say, now we can find your home. There it is, he said, pointing. Down we go, across 3 streets, and into the park. The park is not the bear's home after all, but he likes it here. We go for a boat ride, we have lunch, and we go to the playground. We are having a good time. But it's getting late, and the bear is still lost. Let's try the library, I tell him. We can find out anything there. Inside the library, we look through lots of books. The bear sees a picture that looks like his home. We find the place on a map and hurry outside. A bus is leaving. We get on the bus and ride for a long time. Finally, we are there. This is where I live, says the bear. He gives me a big hug and thanks me again for my help. Then he waves goodbye and disappears into the forest. The trees are so tall, and there aren't any people. Wait, I call to the bear, come back. I think I'm lost, I tell him. Don't worry, he says. I will help you. You know, the little boy had trouble helping the bear find his way home because the little boy had never been to where the bear lived. And so it took them a long time to figure out where the bear lived. They had to check out parks and look from a tall building and go to the library. Finally, they were able to find it. But the bear was going to be able to help the little boy because he had been there before. He had been to where the little boy lived. That's an important part of Easter, believe it or not. Jesus, the Son of God, came to be one of us, to live like one of us, to do the things that we do and to feel the feelings that we feel. And Jesus suffered a lot. That means he was hurt. That means he had bad times. He got his feelings hurt. He was bullied. He was even killed. But then he came back to life again. And he said, when he goes to prepare a place for us. And since he goes to prepare a place for us, he will come back and take us with him to himself. And he can do that because we know he's been here before. Whatever we have to go through, even when things are terrible, even when life is unfair and when we get hurt and when we get bullied, we know that Jesus has been here before. And if we follow Jesus, Jesus can lead us out of the trouble and lead us all the way to heaven. And do you know why Jesus did all that? To come do everything that we have to do and to go through everything we have to go through? Sure you do. It's because he loves us this much, and he never wants us to be lost. So God bless you. God bless you that you remember always you are the beloved child he created you to be. And good night.